Pelos Poderes.
Pelos, Poderes.
De Grayskull.
De Grayskull.
Yes!
Pelos, Poderes de Grayskull.
That's amazing.
Eu tenho a força.
There's been a huge wave of remakes in the last decade or so, especially 80s and 90s related. And even in this movie, we have like music, we have video games, we have references to popular culture in general, like a lot of Zelda posters on Earth. So why do you think this era, specifically this decade, continues to be so popular nowadays, and why is Hollywood loving to bring them again to the screens?
I think you kind of historically you see like with each new generation, the generation prior is sort of sometimes bringing things back of stuff that they loved when they were younger. Even you look at something like Star Wars, which came out in 1977. In a lot of ways, George Lucas was giving nods to the serials from back in the early, like the 40s and 50s. So that was just, that was a good, 20, 30 years prior to that movie. And so I think, we see that with kind of each successive generation. For me, it was, I grew up in the 80s, I'm a child of the 80s. So being able to tell a story set in this universe it really was a dream come true for me, because I love these characters, I love this world. And the challenge then is to, acknowledge what was so cool and fun and interesting and special about it to begin with, but also to create a world that people who didn't know anything about He-Man could come to the cinema and have a good time. And I really think we struck a balance of making something that the fans would know and love, but also creating an experience that people would have a joyful time, even if they didn't know anything about it.
Tila is such a badass in the movie, and you've got plenty of like action scenes.
Yeah.
So how was preparing for her role, and did you have fun?
Oh my God.
Did you do all the action sequences?
Yeah, I did. It was so fun. I started training in September of 2024 for months up until we started filming in March of 2025. So I was weight training for a long time, stunt training. With Nick, we were in this like Masters of the Universe boot camp essentially. Yeah. And it was cool because I felt like in training for this project and to play Tila, I was also sort of becoming Tila and finding her physicality through that experience.
And there's a really touching moment between the He-Mans in the movie. So how was directing that, and how was the whole vibe?
That was a really cool experience for me. I knew I wanted to get Dolph Lundgren in the movie if I could, and it was just I didn't know if I would be able to pull it off. Eventually, I had some conversations with Dolph about like the character and what I hoped we could do. We talked about how we could make it fit within kind of what he would want to do and the tone of the movie. And eventually he agreed to come on, and it was a wonderful day where you saw a little bit of a kind of a symbolic passing the torch from the original cinematic He-Man to the new cinematic He-Man. It was actually quite touching for me, and I think their scene, it's really fun, it's playful, there's kind of an emotional underpinning of it underneath it, and I found it quite moving. And so to see them both on screen at the same time, it was a pinch me moment.
And Nicholas, you're always playing rom-com heartthrobs.
Yeah.
And Adam is not like other characters.
I think he's a bit of a rom-com heartthrob.
But he's like so weird and so like cringe. He's cringy,
Okay, relax.
But how was preparing for his role? Did you have fun doing something that you're not really used to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think just playing someone who, certainly playing the He-Man side of it was something extremely new because I'd never done an action movie in that way. But also I think that something that I always try and look for in roles, especially in the last couple of years, is people who have lots of different sides to them, And really, in playing this role, it was kind of like playing two roles at once, you know? You get to play the stoicism and the power and someone who has poise, but also someone whose life is completely falling apart in a lot of ways. And to me, that was the really interesting element that made me really want to do the movie.
And Adam in the animation, he is known for giving life advices.
Yeah.
Like don't do drugs.
Yeah.
But what would be your life advices for the public Drugs
Oh,
included,
man.
if you like.
I always say one foot in front of the other. I think something that I always struggled with was the way I always say it is seeing the mountain and not knowing how to climb it. And I think, especially for the job that we do, you know, just getting to the next day,
Yep.
you know, setting short-term goals. I mean, that's something that really, really works for me, I think.
I'm gonna hop on that one because I feel like that's been so like that. I've been thinking about that specific thing a lot lately, which is just like trying to, like nothing matters more than the present moment.
Yeah.
And not getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
I tend to like future spin a lot and like try to predict the future. And really you just have to look down at your own 2 feet and see where am I right now? So I would agree with his advice.
Well, I think, you know, when I think about the tone, the theme, the overall message of the movie, it's be kind, be decent, you know, have empathy. That's fundamentally what the movie is about, is like, you know, try to connect with people, even if you disagree with them. Because I feel like we live in a fairly coarse time right now. It's very, very toxic. People are slinging mud at each other constantly. And I think one thing that He-Man would advise us to do is to try to be kind and to have hope, because I think that is one of the critical things in order for us to be able to kind of get along with one another. And so that would be my lesson of the day.
And I guess a lot of people asked you guys to do it, but Camila, you're going to choose the Brazilian Portuguese catchphrase that He-Man does.
I'm going to choose it?
Yeah.
What if I told you he can say all of it? Because we taught him already.
I know.
Okay, the first, I'm struggling with the first bit, but I can say...
Okay, I'll tee you up then.
No, it's just one of those.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, ready?
Yeah, tee me up.
Pelos poderes de Grayskull.
Eu tenho a força.
Eu tenho a força.
Every time I say it, it's just this like...
He turns into Antonio Banderas.
No!
Yeah.
Eu tenho a força. It's something... There's something Brazilian.
You sound like Puss in Boots.
Yes, I was going to say that.
That's interesting. That's an interesting crossover I want to see. Antonio Banderas
You
as
need a
Puss in
hat.
Boots.
You need a hat. And
Maybe if they do a live action Puss in Boots, I can...
Yeah.
Do you know anyone? Do you know who I can call to get this role?
Puss
Come
in
on,
Boots.
IGN surely knows Antonio Banderas. We should set this up.
I don't
feel like
think we
Puss in
actually,
Boots.
I don't think we
know.
actually
Okay.
talked to him, but yeah.
Okay, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a video game?
Oh, now we're
I
talking.
think-
I'm a big gamer,
Now we're
so
talking.
yeah. Now we're
Let's
talking.
make some money.
I'm really excited for that post-credit scene at the end, the second one. So
Yes.
can you tell me just a little bit about it?
Yes. Now we have to keep that under wraps.
Yeah,
We don't want to spoil it for the rest of the world. But the movie, we tell a self-contained story in the movie. But we do have a couple little post-credit things for those who stick around, and it's very, very fun. It was a joy for me to bring these very special characters to life on cinema in the big screen for the first time, and I do think it suggests where this story might go if we're to be so lucky to tell more of them. So stay tuned, folks.